Hello and welcome back to my home theater tour videos. And today I just wanted to wrap up on a few things that I might have neglected to mention in my earlier ones, or just little details here and there that I think, I should have mentioned that too. So anyway, one of the first things you might be interested to know is the subwoofer. One of its lacking features is that it does not have auto on and off. So like most subwoofers, they sense signal coming in and they flip on, and then when the signal goes away, they flip off. This one does not have that. It is always on if it is plugged in. I don't know if it has a switch on the back. I gotta check it out. But yeah, it's probably a flaw. But actually, let's see here. Okay, so here's the back. I have my audio cables going in. Of course, it's only mono, but I plugged them both in because they were there. And just jack the brightness up here. So, yeah, as you can see, there is a power button. It is either on or off, and there's the volume. So the way I decided to get around that is I bought for about 15 bucks at Home Depot. I bought a little switch or plug down in there. There it is. Camera focus. There we go. Yeah, so that's just a plug, and it has an RF remote. So if I go over here, there's the one remote that I could not replace with the Harmony because it's RF. But there, I just turned the subwoofer on. It's that simple, and you can turn it off too. And I think that's great. In fact, I think I like that better than having auto on off, because a lot of times I don't want the subwoofer on. I'm just, watching a Twitch stream or something, and it's just someone talking, I don't need a subwoofer going for that. So I just turn it on when I want it, turn it off when I don't. Saves power because I'm not leaving it on all the time or anything. So yeah, figured that was an interesting tidbit. Also, another thing you want to know about the Harmony is that if you want to use it with the PlayStation, at least if you have this older Harmony remote, then you need this little adapter down here. And they don't make them anymore, but I found it on eBay, brand new. And all that does is receive the infrared signals from the remote and then transmit them Bluetooth to the PlayStation. And it works wonderfully. No problems. You just plug it in, push a button, pair it, and it's done. Ready to go. So anyway, that is how that works. And you probably also see my PS2 down here. It's a slim model. And, that's just for the occasional PlayStation game or PS1 game. And that feeds component video to this TV. And the reason I do this TV is because on the projector, it's, pretty much all the games for the PS2 are 4:3. And if you run a 4:3 video to the projector, then it is cast above and below the screen, which is not what I want. And another thing you might be interested to see, if I can get in here, back of the screen, it's just some wood and some braces and some felt tape. And the whole thing weighs like a couple of pounds. It's very light. And so we just hung it up like a picture. See, there's the cord. There's a hook down there. And it's just kind of sitting there on on a string, like a big, huge picture, and you can wobble it around and get it just perfectly straight if you try. Yeah, I know, might not be the fanciest screen ever, but I think we did pretty good building it ourselves for less than $50, and we only had to put one hole in the wall for the screw that holds it up. So when we move out of here, move out of this rental, we're not leaving a mess. It's just one little picture hanging screw. Well, I believe it's a little more than that. It's a hook with a drywall anchor. So it is anchored in good. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool way to keep the footprint down so that we don't leave a mess or anything. Also, I have to run all my cables like on the floors, and I hate that. Of course, you know, in the future, a house I own will have wires in the walls and plates and everything. But for right now, we're stuck running things the sloppy way and just kind of keep them as neat as we can. And then over here, you know, as part of my wrap-up video here for the basic tour, here's my Audio-Technica turntable. It's a basic model. I didn't really want USB, you know. Those are way more expensive for some reason. I'd rather just have the normal one. So this one was $100. And it has a built-in amplifier, so you don't need phono input, which is good because this Yamaha doesn't have phono input. So that's good. That's one thing that is definitely better than getting a vintage. If you get a vintage, that's great, but you're going to have a phono input. So I really like it. It sounds great. It's belt driven. Use line out to get to it, and it's all automatic. You push a button and it moves the needle over. All right, and the last thing I wanted to mention is, what did I pay for all this? You know, I have a projector, I have a surround sound system, subwoofer. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. And you've probably heard, if you've watched these videos, you've probably heard me say over and over, it's cheap, do it yourself, eBay, very, very, very cost conscious. Everything has been cost conscious. Well, I did a quick figure, and this is a very basic figure, but all in all, I spent right around $500 for this whole setup. Not including the TV or the game consoles, because those were much earlier purchases. Those were, 5-6 years ago. But if you just count $50 receiver, not the laser disc, because I figure most people wouldn't have a laser disc. So yeah, $50 for the receiver, about $200 for the speakers. That's how much I spent on components. I bought the cabinets from Parts Express and put them together myself. Subwoofer was $100. Screen was $50. $40 for the fabric, getting real projector fabric. And then, $10 to build it. Maybe like $10 to build the mount for the projector. $120 for the projector. Maybe $20 to ship it. That means that total cost for the theater was about $500. And that is usually what you would pay for a pair of high-end speakers. Just a pair. Or that's what you would pay for a receiver. So even though, yeah, it's not the best setup, it's not fancy, but I love it. It does everything I want it to, and it'll keep me happy with my little home theater. So we're ready to move into a house and really build our home theater. And I hope that, when that happens, I hope that you'll be subscribed to the channel, and you can watch us as we work on that. You know, building the theater, picking out components. You know, that whole process will be documented on here. This is just the starting point. This is just me wanting to kind of document what I have now, what I've done, and, you know, share it with you. And then hopefully in the coming years, I'll be working on new things and new projects and making it awesome. And I hope that you'll join me for that. Subscribe. Check out filmnerdcorey.com. That's filmnerdcorey.com. And I hope to see you soon again. And maybe in a future video, we'll talk about the ancient Victrola, the collection, and kind of go through each of these and explain what I have, maybe what I think of them, and all that. So take care. Until next time, see you later.